recap of episode 7 and 8 because I love those episodes. Episode 7, they find out that some drunk guy was able to stop the curse and they look for him. He's found at a resort. My favorite scene is Twin Tails sitting next to Guy. That was adorable. Episode 8 is probably my favorite episode in the whole series because we see them in a normal situation. We see them be them. There is so many visual storytelling. I love it. And it's a beach episode, which is the most surprising part. The deaths still come out of nowhere though. Episode 9 begins with narration that leaving the town doesn't negate the curse. Now they're saying stuff like, if only the transfer student didn't speak to Eye Patch. Skip intro. We see them at what seems to be a wake of the recently departed Skinny Guy. Twin Tails glares at Eye Patch. Old Guy asks about Skinny Guy. Eye Patch said that he couldn't swim well. Old Guy says Skinny Guy might have died before the boat hit him. The injury found on his head was inconsistent with the collision to the boat. The cistern obliteration caused by cerebral contusion had already progressed significantly. Got all that because I don't know how to summarize that. According to Skinny Guy's family, they heard a loud bang from the staircase this morning. When they went to take a look, all they saw was Skinny Guy hurrying out of the door. Eye Patch summarizes that he must have hit his head then, even before the trip. Therefore, the curse already happened in town. He just died outside of it. A slow-acting death? Now that's clever. This is how you establish rules, then creatively work your way around those rules. One of the established rules in this town is that the curse happens in town. When Skinny Guy hit his head on the staircase, he shrugged it off, probably from the excitement of going to the resort with his classmates. Now it is revealed that Skinny Guy has died being hit by the boat, which will then confuse the viewer that the established rule was that the curse can only happen in town. Well, technically, the curse already happened in town when Skinny Guy hit his head on the staircase. This is brilliant! Why can't we have more of this brilliant writing? Guy then says technically the event that led to his death took place in this town. Yeah, what I said. Next scene. Guy wants to tell Eye Patch something, but he'll say it right after he finds out about it. Don't know what the hell he's saying. I'm not even sure if we ever even go back to that. Eye Patch asks for the photo from 26 years ago. Guy says nope. Next scene, we see cute glasses girl. Hey, she's back, but she's dead though. Holding a bloody umbrella. Then we see other guy's friend say it's his fault. Then creepy weirdo teacher repeat it's his fault. Cute nurse girl, I really missed her. Episode 8 would probably be close to perfect if she was there with the gang. Then a cheap jump scare of a Skinny Guy all sliced up. Guy wakes up. Next scene, Guy says that drunk guy left something in the classroom to other guy and other guy. Other guy says drunk guy must mean 9th grade's class 3 in the old building. How do you even know this? So they know the location to go but not what to find. Guy says to not tell anyone about this, which is not a good idea. Didn't he see Twin Tails glare at Eye Patch? Something tells me this whole thing could be resolved by simple communication. Guy says his reason that he doesn't want to tell anyone else is because he doesn't want anyone else to die. I'm like, what? Regardless if he tells them or not, people will still die, you idiot! That's why it's better to tell them so that they won't suspect you of doing anything that might endanger others. They decide to look around at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Next scene, Guy and other guy meet up with, I don't know who these people are. Who's this? Who's that? And who's this Maria? These two went up to meet with old Guy. Guy explains that they're here to look for a way to stop the curse. Wait, what? Whatever happened to not tell anyone about this? Next scene, you see them enter the art club to see Eye Patch there with no other guy in sight. She says she just got here. Other guy finally shows up. Guy finally reveals that these three are looking for a way to stop the curse. What? Whatever happened to not telling anyone about this? Eye Patch comes along. I honestly miss the Eye Patch that reacted strongly to an octopus or the Eye Patch that got sad when her findings were rejected. They enter the old class 3's room and look for whatever they can stop the curse. Not important, but while they're looking, there's a scene where Eye Patch finds something and puts it on her head. It's adorable. The adorable Eye Patch is still there inside you. Eye Patch tries to open a window, but it breaks and is immediately saved by Guy. He steps on the wooden floor, which breaks, hitting the locker, which hits other guy. What a massive domino effect. Thankfully, both of them are fine. We see a scene where the two friends split. Wait a second. They're not using an umbrella? Why are they letting the rain hit them? If the anime wanted to have a creepy atmosphere, why not make the weather just cloudy? This seems so unnecessary. We go back to the gang and Eye Patch points to a locker where Guy opens and sees something that is taped on the upper side. Written on it says, to the future students who are undoubtedly suffering from the senseless disaster of this class. Guy opens it to reveal a cassette tape. Wow, what an old relic of the past. I remember my dad having dozens of those. A pain in the ass to rewind, but I was dumb. I didn't know that our radio had a rewind function. Anyway, next scene. They enter the audio-visual room to try out the tape. Other guy finds the tape player and now they try it out. They're really slow though. The director probably thought, quick, we need to animate something but not too exciting. Let's make it slow and stuff. We hear drunk guy narrating and it says things that we already know. What part are we now where this fucking anime says things that we already know? All the optimism I had from episode 8 is slowly being extinguished. While that's happening, we see I don't know her name look like she's going to move away somewhere. Drunk guy's narration really is annoying though, but I get it. He's distraught and shit. Look at this part. First he says, I have 2 reasons for leaving this tape. One is to confess a sin, my sin, as opposed to some other person's sin. Then he says, I want to tell someone what I did and I want someone to listen. Okay, very redundant, but okay. Next, the other is to give you all some advice. It's about the extra student who gets mixed up in the class, the calamity that occurs as a result, and how it can be stopped. In other words, then he fucking says, actually, I should start from the beginning. Fucking just when I'm so glued to whatever drunk guy was saying, he immediately says, oh wait, let me do it from the beginning. Fuck this, pad the time. We don't know what we're doing. Quick, repeat the shit they already fucking know. Drunk guy continues narrating about stuff we already know, but with visuals. The only notable things that happen here are umbrella guy getting struck by lightning and leaving their dead friend behind. What assholes. Running girl slips and dies. Slip and slide? Well, get ready for slip and die. During the narration, we see the truck slowly go down. The asshole didn't even bother to put a rock in front of his truck? Really? Truck guy sees this and it's too late to do anything. I hope you and your company have insurance, asshole. Just when drunk guy was about to say the most important part, the gang hears someone outside. What a fucking coincidence. They panic, retrieve the tape, and hide. They really didn't bother to just ask permission to borrow the tape player? What fucking idiots. Some teacher opens it to find nothing, so he didn't hear anything that was coming from the tape player? Okay, suspenseful waste of time. Other guy sees that the tape is now messed up. How convenient. Other guy says he'll fix it. Well, how convenient. Part 2. You see I don't know her name in the car which gets hit by something and they go off track. Well, they're dead. I don't know her name's friend sees that the truck hit her house and kills her brother. Then the episode ends. This is a disappointing episode. The deaths were boring. Well, at least the truck killing I don't know her name's brother was a bit decent. We see the setup, build up, and payoff. I like that death. It's cool that we see someone's relative die this time and the reaction to that, but it still felt like it was missing something. I think it's missing I don't know her name's reaction, just her looking surprised wasn't enough. Imagine if the episode ended with I don't know her name screaming in despair when she finds her brother be the new Super Smash Bros. The things that I like in this episode was the part where the anime creatively worked around the rules of this town, which is the curse only works in town, so seeing skinny guy die outside of town was a surprise, but the reason behind that was brilliant. And another was when they were all searching in old class 3's room and we see them do things like other guy playing around and Eye Patch acting all adorable, but then it looks like everything that they've done right in episode 8, they're slowly regressing back to the things that I hate about the anime. Slow pace, annoying character dialogue, suspenseful waste of time, dragging things out. It's a grim reminder that I'm still watching the same anime that I hated since episode 1 to 6. Will episode 10 be better? Episode 10 repeats the deaths of I don't know her name, then I don't know her name's friend seeing that the new Super Smash Bros has been delivered in her house. Skip intro. See Twizzles cry and throw something that hits someone. She slips and falls. It turns out it was Guy. This is where they touch hands, which explains Twizzles remembering that they had touched hands before. She immediately wakes up. Next scene, other guy finally fixes the tape. Then they're now in Yomiyama Shrine. They take a picture because this might be their last lamau. Eye Patch gets really close to Guy. Old guy says, a local business donated its recreation center. A bit lavish for students if you ask me. Well, if you're gonna die, die with style, right? I sound like a psychopath. Next scene, they play the rest of the tape. Drunk guy says he got into an argument with his friend. He accidentally had killed his friend in the kerfuffle. I always wanted to use that in a sentence. Kerfuffle. It's synonymous with commotion, disturbance, and disorder. He ran away, leaving his dead friend's body behind. Next morning, drunk guy went back to take a look to find that it's gone. Vanished without a trace. Drunga went back and asked his classmate about his dead friend, but they all don't know what he's talking about. Basically, when his dead friend died, all the memories of dead friend in his classmate's memories also disappeared, which is revealed to be that dead friend is the extra student after all. To stop the curse, kill the extra student. Since Drunga was the one that killed the extra student, he still remembers extra student unlike his classmates, but that too will slowly fade in time, which is why Drunk Guy decided to record all of this for the next batch of students to deal with this curse. Well, that narration was so long that it's dark now. And didn't Drunk Guy ever think about just writing it down? Like, somewhere easy to look for? I don't fucking know. Remember that Eye Patch has the power to see dead people? She could be really fucking helpful right now. Just walk around casually talking with everyone here to find the extra student. Guy says, Could you kill a classmate? I mean, there are several dead ones already, so what's the difference with adding one more? Jesus, I sound like a heartless serial killer. Next scene, they're discussing about who the extra person could be. Twin Tails announces something and says that Eye Patch holds some of the responsibility for the disaster without providing any evidence to support her claims. Other guy tries to defend Eye Patch, but Twin Tails says if she had avoided all contact with Guy, then the countermeasure would have been a success. She has a point though. Twin Tails wants Eye Patch to apologize, which is kind of pointless, and Eye Patch says it's pointless. Hey, what I said. Anyway, other guy almost reveals about the extra student, but Breathing Guy is having trouble breathing. I did say I get angry at deaths that come out of nowhere, but in an earlier scene, we see a Breathing Guy touching his throat, possibly aware of his own condition but shrugs it off. This is another blink and you'll miss it moment. Good one. The only thing missing is... who is Breathing Guy? Unfortunately, he doesn't have a spare inhaler, and of course the phones aren't working. Well, ain't that convenient? Old guy tries his phone but out of range. Fuck the signal in this town! Old guy says he'll drive him to the hospital. Next scene, we see old guy drive off with Breathing Guy to the hospital. What? That was fucking redundant of me. Eye Patch thanks Guy for defending her in the dining room. I guess she forgot about the other guy defending her as well. Fuck that guy, I guess. She says, will you come see me later? I want to see the photo. What was the point of that suggestive scene? I thought we were gonna have a cute moment with Guy and Eye Patch hanging out, but nope. Well, it was cute seeing Guy and Eye Patch get embarrassed. I think Eye Patch gets embarrassed because of her eyes pacing back and forth, even though it only did once. Eye Patch looks at the photo. She asks if Guy can tell which one Yomiyama Misaki is. I'm a back, don't forget to stretch, boys. That it sort of follows that Misaki from the beginning narration in episode 1. Eye Patch also tells about his dead mom and Auntie Gorgeous looking very alike. Eye Patch then tells her past while we see old guy driving. Kirika, Eye Patch's mother's real name is Yukio, and her cousin's mother's name is Mitsuyo. They're almost identical twins, grew up, both got married, and Mitsuyo became a mother to her cousin Misaki. It turns out Mitsuyo had twins. 1 year later, Yukio became pregnant but miscarried. Then financial trouble at the Fujioka household, etc. The Misaki household, on the other hand, needed something to soothe Yukio's heart. Eye Patch was given to Yukio, which explains in episode 6. Remember the dumb dialogue that pissed me off? She says, there was no helping my mother and me, and I'm just a puppet after all. He says, that's awful, this dialogue is fucking awful. But you're her daughter, her own flesh and blood. She then says, I may be flesh and blood, but I'm not real. Is it really so hard to say that she was adopted by her mother's sister? What a pointlessly long and winding road to reveal all of this. Eye Patch eventually found out about this and wanted to meet Fujioka Mitsuyo, her real mother. Yukio didn't want that. During all of this, Eye Patch was secretly meeting with her cousin, who's her actual sister. Cousin said she wanted that doll for her birthday. Then she died, which explains why we see Eye Patch holding a doll going to the morgue. Took a long while to reveal all of that, but I think I'm all out of anger now. I just want to be done with this anime and never talk about it ever again. This also explains why she said, it may have already begun. She still talks cryptic. Why do you talk like that? Guy asks, why didn't you tell me back then? She says, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe Misaki had died because of some crazy curse. That's why I could only call her my cousin. There have been records of the deaths for 26 years, so it's weird to me that you don't believe in the curse. Cousin was the first victim in April. Everyone else think that the curse began in May, but the ex-student was already in class before Guy transferred to Yomi North. We get another reminder that her doll's eye can see dead people. To be more specific, the color of death. What the fuck is that stupid shit? Guy asks, does that mean you already know who the extra person is? It takes an incredibly long time for Eye Patch to just say, yep. When Eye Patch was about to say who the extra person is, we hear something loud outside. Other guy barges in and we see a body of someone. Other guy says, I think I fucked up. Yes, you did. Then the episode ends. Slow and boring. Eye Patch was cute in a few scenes though. They still talk cryptic nonsense, just drags on and on. At least we got to know the stuff about Eye Patch. Will episode 11 give me hope? I don't think so.